Hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Value of Talent podcast. I'm your host, Harry Trades, and with me as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Feder. How are we doing?
Perfect. Good morning, everybody, and good evening to the guys, wherever you're listening to us in the world. Apologies for a little delay of the episode. There was some very, very strange stuff going on, and I had to get rid of that. So a little more of a longer pause, but it won't happen again, I hope. And it's going to be my effort to not make it happen again. And yeah, we're doing great. It has been a very nice game week. To be honest, because I read so much hate and everything, again on Twitter and everything, I love playing Sorare. I still do. Of course, there's something wrong at any given moment, and there will always be something we won't be happy about. But it is just the nature of a company growing and everything. And today, hopefully, we're not going to just talk about that, or even not going to talk about it at all. Maybe another time, because it's getting exhausting to always talk about that, to be honest. I still love it, and I think it's more fun than ever. And me personally, I'm a very competitive guy, so even now that's got a bit harder, which I disagree, because if you have the right game weeks, you still win so easy. And if you really analyze where to play and whatever, I think it's still very, very doable. But again, I'm very competitive, and I love being competitive, and I want to win against the best, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there with the competitiveness and stuff. But yeah, episode 37 today. We're going to be looking at our weekends, how we got on in game week. What was it? 417. We'll talk about our successes / failures in other competitions or whatever. We're going to chat about the bot situation that's happened on Sorare recently with the Basilbot situation, and our sort of views on that quickly. Champions League, we're filming this on Tuesday when the Champions League kicks off after this international break, so that'll be fun to get into there. We're going to mention some under the radar picks for under 23s. I've got a couple of players in mind. Cheapish players that we can kind of mention, similar to what I do with looking up with Laird, but in the sort of value of talent form. Feder's going to have his ones as well. And then we're just going to end on, well, we've basically got a question for you guys. We'll wait. Well, we'll make you wait until the end of the podcast to sort of see what it is. But it might be something to do with a community type of, not venture. We're not making any money out of it, but just something that can be a bit helpful for people or you guys who listen to us / watch us, and to kind of interact a bit more. So we'll mention that at the end of the video / podcast. But for now, Feder, how did you get on this weekend, mate?
I'm very interesting this weekend because, again, I had really little time last week. So it was very, very strange. I did actually my lineups in 30 minutes. And let me tell you, it is fucked up. And it takes away all the joy out of it, to be honest. And it wasn't as successful as normally. The only lineup I didn't do basically on the week, like 30 minutes before, was my cap 270 super rare one, because I wanted to prioritize that. So I did the research before, like on Wednesday when I had more time, like 1 hour or so. And that was the one that I also performed the best. So it is a lot of researching. It's not easy, and you have to really understand the game. Even if you have very good cards like I have, and you just don't align them correctly and in the right lineup, it is very, very much still skill-based. Of course, there's a luck specificity, because you need to have your players perform as well. And you can have a guy like Almada having a red card. That's luck. That's not skill-based. You shouldn't have known that he got a red card. Before that, he was on a 82, I think. And then he got a very, very stupid red card. I don't know why he did that. He's going to miss the first playoff game as well. Very stupid from him. I really needed him. I didn't need him in the lineup because the lineup was gone anyways, but I would have loved to play him this weekend. Talking about how I went, I think I did okay-ish. My second priority lineup is kept to 40 rare at the moment, because I really, really want to go far in this competition, survivor, whatever.
Or 240? Sorry to interrupt you.
240 rare. 240 rare. Because right. I really want to go far in this last survivor, last man standing.
Okay. yeah.
And
if people don't know what that is, do you want to explain to them? Because it's obviously nothing to do with the Sorare platform. It's just something external, right?
Yeah, it's a user called mpen. So basically, he once in a while creates a challenge where you have to just basically the last one still getting a consecutive threshold in cap to 40 wins. And I think we started with 800 participants, something like that, 6 weeks ago. And now we are down to 21 participants. I'm one of the 21, so I got the threshold 7 weeks in a row. I did prioritize that a lot. So now that I said that, probably next week I won't make it just because I jinxed it. But I really love that format, and it's just again, I'm super competitive. That's my number one intrinsic motivation, and that's why I also love these kind of long form formats, even if they're not the most intelligent for my gallery at the moment, because I can't compete super rare one under the midweek, which is a bit annoying. But we come to that later. So that one is really cool. I'm still in, so let's see how far I can go. And yeah, I won that. I won the normal threshold, and then I think yesterday I hadn't had a really good score in Champion Europe, but yesterday I think Madison scored another 97, something like that, and Mamadashvili also scored 82. So they kicked me up in very good tier 3 reward stuff, which is very, very good for Champion Europe. Becoming top 100 in Champion Europe, like not from the card reward you get, but just from the toughness, is super, super tough to get, because Champion Europe is by far the most competitive competition there is, especially D4. And yeah, so I'm always very, very happy to get in the top 100 there. I did manage that. Madison, I have to say, I was gonna sell him, but you told me to keep him, and I'm probably never gonna sell him again. So,
Bro, he's the best player in the Premier League right now. Like, he is.
He's very good. I think Ange is just very good for him, and I think he was very good before as well. He just played at Leicester, so he really couldn't shine as much as he's playing a more decent team. I think he would have, if he would be at Liverpool, he would do the same stats. I think Liverpool wanted him last year. I think that would have been great as well. Now Tottenham got him. He's still young, brother. He's still 26, so long run for him to go. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere outside the Premier League. So he's always going to be a Champion Euro player. Let's see that. I am going to go and buy a Super Heumann Son at this point, because I need one. And I'm going to say that out now, so people don't come to stupid thoughts and try to overbid me there. I'm going to go all in on that when he comes in. I don't care how much I'm going to pay for him. And I do care. I'm not going to overpay him, but I'm going to go all in. I saved up for him quite extensively. I got one of my most favorite cards this weekend. Just on the side note, I got Sebastian Boselli in. Isco knows him. I love this guy. I think he's great. And he's an 18-year-old defender from River, center back. They bought him from Uruguay this summer, and they dropped the new River cards, which is stupid, but they had to apparently. There's another topic, we might talk about this later. But yeah, bought him yesterday in Super Rare. Also, thank you to Surfula, a good friend of mine and yours. I told him, man, I really want that card. Just don't go. Just let not overbid each other. So he respectfully said, "Okay, that's fine. I will back off." And yeah, I got him. I love Boselli. I'm super happy. Like, that's the first card in a long, long time. I've been there waiting that the auction was finished, basically, even if it was 1:00 at night. I stayed up for that. So there's still some cards I really, really want, and he was one of them. And yeah, makes me super happy that I got him. Sorry, that was just off the radar.
No, it wasn't. No, you're fine. Yeah, I'm just looking at your sort of results. Sorry, from this weekend. Like you said, 270 Super Rare was amazing. You finished third, Feder. Obviously, no reward now, but hopefully, after the 8 game weeks or the month-long competition's done, you'll definitely be in a good position there.
Hopefully, yes. That's
400. Go on.
But I'm like, honestly, brother, I don't know if I should be happy about it or not, because I am, or of course I'm happy. But like, on a normal game week, that would have been a tier 2, a very good tier 2, and a unique.
And a unique,
Fuck if it is tier 5 or not. And now I can't remember, I can't play midweek super rare. I don't have any super rare midweek goalies. Yes, so
Right, okay.
if one of the next 3 weekend lineups is fucked, this lineup was for nothing. You know what I mean?
I agree. But completely agree. But then, you could have played that lineup in All-Star Super Rare, right? Technically. And,
technically,
it would have probably done pretty well there, I assume. I don't know exactly where, but, I'm sure it would do pretty well. Nearly
I could have done that. Yes, I would have played Thiago Martins unique as well, who got 72 points.
Okay.
Who would have been very good as well. So that would have been something. I think I calculated it. It would have been like 525 points, something like that. I don't know what that would have been in All-Star Rare. I didn't play that, so I don't look at it.
I think that would be top 3 because Chani finished 3rd, didn't he, with like 510 maybe or something around that?
No, he was 520.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he got corrected up from Opta. By the way, congratulations! That's an amazing finish. Feyenoord's
Chani had a great weekend. Let me have a look. I'm just having a look at his last week. He finished on 519. You were right, just under 520. So yeah, he was 8 points away from 3rd, 25 points away from top. So yeah, great going there with the Feyenoord boys. Our boy Quinton Timber on fire. Feder, what a buy that was from me. What a decision to keep him. Oh, big decision. I was close to selling him, man. Well, I mean, there was the start of the season, Zaruki or him, everyone was like, oh, Zaruki's going to play, Zaruki this, Zaruki that. And then, Timber's basically played every game and he's been phenomenal. So
Timber is phenomenal.
He's a good player. Mate, I loved watching him in that under-21 tournament. I could see there's serious potential in this player. And I know you've been watching him for a little bit longer, but I was like, there's no way this guy doesn't play next year. Like, there's just no way.
By the way, I'm number 1 believer, and I don't own a Timber anymore. That's crazy.
You sold your super rare. You sold your rare.
Yeah, I sold the rare, but I had to do it. I had to buy somebody else, and I'm not sure if I need to buy him back because the moment I buy him back, he's gonna go back to the 45s.
Yeah, so, don't curse him for me, please.
So I might not buy him back, but I'm probably gonna go buy Matt Riley. I think he's the best U23 midfielder there is out there. Even better than Jude.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. Yeah,
because Jude is better in every aspect in real life. That's no debate about this. But I think like he's a quarter of the price of Jude, and he's not a lot less. He doesn't get the hundreds like Jude does, but
he plays in an easier league. Like
he plays in an easier league. That's very, very important.
Yeah,
and the goal is to win the Jude with him, so that's fine.
I agree. No, but yeah, you had a good weekend, and honestly, mate, I'm pretty happy with what I got up to be honest, I won the super rare threshold, which was good. Mate, I got opted down so heavy, right? So before Nishikawa played, I was on 270 points. So I needed 10 points from Nishikawa, super rare, obviously. And then Sam Greenwood gets opted down, and Maya gets opted down, and so does Bayumin Balki. So I ended up being on like 255. So I was like sweating a little bit. Like if Nishikawa concedes 3, I could have been fucked, And he conceded 2 in the end.
We need to talk about one guy.
Go on.
Magnus Madsen. What a player he is.
What a player, by the way.
Like
let me show the people on the screen. They can see him.
We were talking about this guy for the last 2 years. He is so good. He needs to go to a club like Feyenoord or even Ajax now. They need a guy like him. And he is an absolutely stunning player, and he's amazing. I think his unique is on auction right now. Somebody needs to get that unique. Like,
interesting. Bro, but like, look at those scores. I know he needs decisives, like any midfielder does, to hit like 80s plus. But he's hit what? Since the start of the season, he's hit 60, 100, 63, 82, 81. Obviously, decisives in all of them, but,
because he plays in the position he's meant to be as a cam, because he was a winger before, and he's not fast enough to being a winger, but he's amazing as... Oh, Bambi bought him. Oh, let's go. I know him. I told him to buy him, to be honest, because I told him Magnus is the king. Magnus is a beautiful baller, and I hope he's going to have a...
Can I tell you one thing, though, that I noticed? So, obviously, we have the midfielder Super Rare cards from last year, right?
He has a forward now.
But look, if you have a look on Sorare data, he's been changed back again to a midfielder. So he's gone midfielder, forward, and now he's back to a midfielder. But I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have a look at Bambi. He's a forward. It is a forward, is it? That's interesting.
I think the forward is even better, to be honest.
Let me have a look at the scores. We can have a look. So if we go midfielder, forward,
because he has a lot of lost possession.
He does. Yeah, the forward is better.
Get that. The forward doesn't get that. Like, his only bad negative point in the AA game is he has a lot of lost duels and possession lost and whatever. Because he obviously is a cam and he creates a lot and he has the ball quite often in the game.
Yeah.
And a forward, the possession lost is not counted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's big.
Huge.
But then I guess the duels lost are counted more. But I agree, the fact that possession lost isn't counted for the forward obviously is beneficial. And he is a player that does get double doubles and triple triples a lot of the time. Like, he does win tackles. That's probably the only downside to the forward card, is you don't get the tackles one. And he does win quite a few tackles. Obviously, you get the 3 points. So
beautiful.
It's a good card. Yeah, it's been so helpful for me in this cap mode because, you know, as we say, you probably need a clean sheet and you probably need your captain to score a goal. The feder. That's kind of how we kind of value it, don't we?
Yes,
if those two things happen and the other 3 players play, you've probably got the threshold. As you can see here, I'm 41 points over. I didn't need, I could have done it with 4 players technically if Balky. Or almost anyway. But anyway, good weekend in that sense. And
but
I managed to hold on. Go on.
Nishigawa, you need to buy a shrine for him.
I know.
That man saved your gallery like so many times. It's unbelievable. Like, when is the Nishigawa jersey coming in the Harry Trades household? Like, for real.
Well, I'd love one. Honestly, I would love one, genuinely. If Sora can help me hook one up, then that would be great. Yeah, I would love one, mate. I'm third highest or biggest, top, whatever collector on the rare version on the platform. So hopefully, if I ever get to number 1, I think I'm gonna have to tweet Sora and be like, "Come on, where's my You Are a Reds Nishikawa jersey?" But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You need his jersey, brother.
I know. Did you see? I remember you messaged me on Saturday and you said, it's just typical. The Thisterlinger scores and gets a clearance off the line, 100. With his super rare card, where Sondre Hansen didn't do the business for me. I would have won a tier 3. I think I was 35 points needed for a tier 3. Disappointed in Labrovic, honestly. I didn't think they would concede against Istra, but they did.
Yeah, but it's a away game. I know. They're always tricky, you know what I mean?
But listen to this. I lost 24 points from the Excelsior boys because they conceded 4 goals. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous.
This Julian Basil is a decent player, brother.
Good player, mate. Take set pieces. He's a good boy. Real good player.
By the way, on a side note, a little career mode side hack on FIFA 24. Labrovic is a free agent, so everybody just go and sign Labrovic as a free agent.
How is that?
If you're not, I don't know, but he is a free agent on the career mode in FIFA 24 or EAC 24. I don't know how you call that.
EAFC.
Yeah. So if you're not playing Bayern Munich or Barcelona and you want to have a very good goalie, just get Labrovic for free.
Bro, our boy Santi with an assist. I wasted it. Of course I did.
He's good, brother. I watched the game.
Doing well.
He's really good. I think next year is going to be huge for him.
He could be great. Obviously, Jesus, our boy, another assist as well.
Vinny is letting you down a lot.
Bro, Vinny and Rodrigo, 2 big chances missed each, by the way. Can I just add? Each. Not combined, each. Bro, but I didn't really have a good rare goalkeeper this week, if I'm being honest. Like,
Gavin.
I mean, he did fine.
I expected a clean sheet from him in that game.
I did as well. I did. Bro,
he did play good, so it's fine. But they can't keep a freaking clean sheet. That's the thing. He's not playing bad. Like, I watch all the highlights and the
it's just the way Southampton play, Like,
it's just the way Southampton plays. But he's good. He's not bad. He's definitely not the issue.
No, he's a good goalie. Look at this, 97 from Leschuk in training.
Yeah,
but at least he's starting. It was a derby game against Lokomotiv. Like, I didn't really expect a clean sheet there, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but Lokomotiv is not great this year.
They're not, but they're away, and there was reasons. There was reasons to, like, I would have only played him instead of Nishikawa, and realistically, it didn't matter too much. Like, I wouldn't have won a tier 5 if even if I played Legendary. But anyway, decent weekend for both of us. Happy to be picking up the rewards that I am and stuff, and I guess similar for you. We've been going on this game week for 20 minutes, Fed, actually. We're doing well. Okay, next topic is going to be the Basilbot situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been discussed in the, if you don't know, I'm sure you do know, otherwise you wouldn't be engaged in Sorare podcast if you didn't. But, one of the sort of renowned bots on the site, on Sorare, Basilbot, who, I have nothing against. I spoke to him. I really like him as a person, really like him. And I think everyone seems to think a similar thing of him. Like, he's not a bad person in any way. He doesn't come across like that, but he does have a bot, and he provides liquidity. Blah 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 blah. Some people seem to still think that that's not a good thing, but whatever. I don't think
bots are a great thing, to be honest. But
maybe
I don't
not.
hate
But
Basil.
I think they provide a valuable service. Honestly, like I'm not saying
the problem is Sora need to have a better option at this point, because I think yes, they are somewhere essential to the game, because you sometimes just can't sell your cards, and you need to sell your cards to get one card you actually want or whatever. But the problem that creates is basically a complete down spiraling for the whole market, which is definitely not positive, because you sell them for such a discount that they really don't care how much they sell them for. If they sell them for 85% and you sold them to them for 75%, or they're still making a profit. That's what counts for them. But ergo, that actually brings down the whole market. So I'm not the biggest fan of bots. I understand that they are vital at this stage. Sora is at the moment. Maybe in the future they find a better solution to that, or a own solution to Sora in a way. But
I guess that's besides the point, right? That's not.
Yeah, that's beside the point. That's more like, why do we need those?
Yeah, that's just sort of talking on bots, in general.
Yes.
But basically, the bot malfunctioned.
Wait. I have to say, Basil, amazing guy. I really like him. I talk to him quite often, and had some exchanges. He's superb. He's from New Zealand as well. Maybe I shouldn't have told that, but who cares? Yeah. So I have nothing against him personally, by the way.
Oh no, I'm in sort of the same vein. I spoke to him quite a few times, and he seems like a nice guy. But anyway, his bot malfunctioned, and two people were able to basically get his Super Mbappe and Super Harry Kane, and effectively he got extorted. Right, he got digitally extorted for those cards. The guys didn't want to give them back unless it was for something in return.
Yeah,
what's your stance on it? Like,
it's very difficult, brother.
It's hard, isn't it? Because you're not in that situation. So,
me as a human being, because I'm a decent human being in a way, I would have just
decent. I wouldn't even say that.
Yeah, I would it's hard, brother. It's very, very hard, because they, at the end of the day, they gifted him money back. To be honest, at the end of the day, because Mbappé still worth twice, so they still gifted him 10K. He gifted them 20K, but they gifted him 10K. You know what I mean? And it is shit what happened, because it's a problem of the bot and everything. I personally would have given them back 100% for free and just told them, next time I need a card from you, you just give it to me, because Basil has some cards I want to buy, like for normal price I just want to buy, but he doesn't give them away. So just would have told him, next time I ask you for a card that I want, just sell him to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would have.
I think Basil, the type of person he is, I don't know him personally, but from what I can gather, I think if they would have given those cards back, I think he would have sent something to them as like a thank you. I think he would have.
1000%. I would have done the same, like if I would be Basil, because of course, at the end of the day, it's not his fault. It's the fault of the wrong coding in the bot. But at the end of the day,
but he coded the bot, right? So it is his fault.
I don't know if he coded the bot.
Fair enough. But either way, he's either employing someone to code a bot, or he's coding the bot. Yeah, the bot doesn't code itself, does it?
The problem is, what I have with Basil is, why the hell?
Yeah. Especially
the Super Mbappé one. Why the hell? Because he's not gonna sell that anyways. Why do you even?
Well, good question actually. I watched Sorare Data's show yesterday, and I'll give you the answer to that. because Laird has apparently spoken to Basil prior to this happening and basically said to him, like, why do you use the Super Mbappe as the card? And Basil basically said, well, okay, so Laird basically said, why do you use the Mbappe? Why don't you use like a national team card or series card, whatever? And Basil basically's answer was, well, if I do use a national series card, I don't think people will be as inclined to like offer up their, valuable players. And, they might not trust the bot as much, is basically what he was saying. So
No, I
even,
understand that.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like a collateral thing. A virtual, like a mental collateral thing, because you're not going to, a trust thing, for sure.
Yeah, it's a trust thing. But the problem is, and that's what I don't understand, he has the mechanism working for the super rare and the rare. Why enable
I didn't know that.
Rare?
I thought it was just, I don't know. Good point. I don't know.
Because the super rare, you're not going to touch. You don't want anybody to touch that. So you just block everything and have a min bid like a 25 ETH, something like that, and you just accept ETH for that. I would like that. That's what I don't understand with the Mbappe super rare, and especially also the Kane, and especially knowing Basil, because he has some cards which he doesn't offer because he still plays. Basil is a player as well. Don't forget that he's not solely a bot. So, and he's surely going to play Kane and Mbappe. So I don't understand what happened there from the code wise.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Mbappe, somehow I understand because I don't know why, but he had him as an offer. Like, send me the money to him and so I can give you a decent offer back, something like that, which I don't understand because you already have that for your rare one, while you also have that for your super rare. But that's another discussion. The thing is, I think it's despicable what they did in a way, but at the end of the day, they still gifted him money back. You have to understand that.
Yeah, but that's his own money. Like,
I know it's his own money, 1000%. But let's say the bank gives you 20K, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you give that money back, like for real?
Well, it's different because I think that becomes legal, doesn't it? Because I think the bank is like legally allowed to basically say you have to give it back.
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
Actually,
I don't know.
You can keep that. If the bank makes that mistake, you can actually keep that money up from a certain point. I don't think if they give you 5 million, you can't keep 5 million. But I think if they give you like under 25K, you can keep that money.
Interesting. It's tough, yeah. I mean, you're asking somebody that, doesn't really love the banking system. So, I'm not gonna, I mean? Like,
1,000%.
Yeah, like, it's different. It is different. That analogy is different. I'm sorry. It is a bit different.
But what I think is super stupid, and that's a no-go, is what happened in this process, that they basically hold those two players as a ransom. So either give him back for free or just don't give him back at all. That's my stand on it. So either you give him really back for free and then you hope for goodwill from Basil, or you just don't give it back at all. Because what they did is they just made a mess out of themselves, made a clown of themselves, that everybody thinks they're huge assholes. Probably they are, and I think they are as well. Sorry for the bad word. But I don't understand what they did at the end of the day as a logical person, because either you play complete moral or you just keep it and be a prick in a way. So I would have been the moral guy. I would have given it for free. I don't care. I'm personally so afraid of karma that I would have just given it for free immediately. And that's what I also do with people that trade with me and everything. I had some offers where they sent me nothing and I accepted them. I didn't accept them. I just rejected them, told me, which card did you want? Is it one on offer or is it one I don't offer anyways? And so, because I personally am super afraid of karma, I believe in karma as hell. Like, karma is real, don't get me. And probably karma's going to get them, 1000%. The thing I don't understand is just doing all this theater and then just give it back for 10K. Then at least, then you could have even hold him for 20K. You know what I mean in a way, because then he gifted Basil back 10K. Of course, it was his money in the beginning, but he also gifted Basil money because Mbappe is worth 25K.
Yeah, fair.
Or whatever.
Okay, so this is one an interesting point. I think Sean brought up PSU fans yesterday on their stream. Like, 20K or 10K. Let's say both of them. Okay, the Mbappe situation. That guy has got 10k for free, effectively. Yeah.
Yes.
That 10k to him, we don't know who that person is. Let's just assume the 10k is like a stupid amount of money to him. Like, it's a lot of money to all of us. It's a crazy amount to me, crazy amount to you. Yeah, it's a nice, serious amount of money, right? But for him, let's just say he's like an 18-year-old kid who has zero money, and he's just found a way to just cheat a system, and he's got away with it, right? Like, is that 10k worth the sort of backlash / I'm not going to touch you as a so rare player anymore from the community in that sense? If you're an 18-year-old kid, let's just say, like an example, and you like 10k is massive money to you. Does he give a fuck about the community sort of, oh, you're a dick, you're this, you're that? Like, will he care is what I'm... Or would that person care if he was an 18-year-old kid with zero money and he's just fallen into 10k?
Brother, that's the same thing we discussed before. Like, if he would care, why the hell even give back Mbappe, as itself? If he wouldn't care...
Okay, yeah, good point. Good point. Okay, this is the issue. I think, the issue is for me... Like, how is he going to then sell that Mbappe is the issue.
Yeah, you're going to sell that Mbappe.
You're going to sell him, but are you going to sell him for more than the 10k that you got back off the 3 cards?
Okay. 1000%. Fucking... The crazy thing is, there's no mints of Mbappe anytime soon because they don't have the PSG license. That's a freaking huge card to have, a super Mbappe. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
no, I know.
It is a crazy, crazy card. And after a month... any whale would have just bought him because nobody would have cared anyways. You know what I mean? And it's big. The thing which is interesting, the guy who got the Mbappe, he has quite a decent gallery.
Interesting. Like, what's his name? I don't even know who he is, if I'm being honest. Let me go on Basil's.
Yeah, go Basil. Don't say the name because I don't want to hate anybody and whatever. Even if he
fair
did
enough.
something
I mean, it's all open,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you want to check out, you can check out. And he has quite a decent. I think the 3 cards he got from Basil are gonna elevate him a lot now.
They're crazy cards, aren't they? Like,
yeah, they're crazy card. Like Matt O'Reilly super rare,
Matt O'Reilly super rare, Joey Veerman super rare, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen super rare.
Holy moly! I would have kept that 3 cards instead of Mbappe, to be honest.
I'm on his account now. Yeah, so he's got like 208 rare cards, 29 super rares, 307 limited.
Yeah, he
bought Magnus Madsen super rare 8 days ago.
I know.
Like the same version as our card, like the.
I know.
Interesting.
But bro, I argue those 3 cards. That's probably why he did it. Are gonna help him more his gallery than 1 super rare.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I agree. He has Carlson super rare, Abada super rare. He has Abada super rare, so that kind of makes sense with O'Reilly. Yeah. But this is, I mean, it's still foul. Like what's happened. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. But
1000%. But if you're an homo economicus, you would have just kept it. If you're a moral person, you would have just given it back. Yeah, as we would have done.
But he's done the middle thing. He's done the thing right in the middle, right? Yeah.
He's done that stupid thing. I don't understand what he did. And he made a super bad name of it because now nobody wants to trade with him anymore. He is a prick and he got less money. So at least be a prick and get more money in a way.
Kind of, but like he still got 10k for free. Like, let's not kid ourselves.
20, but he could have gotten 20k for free. You know what I mean? That's a big issue. That's also a big difference. The problem is, I don't think. Okay, now I have to tell you one thing. I don't think they wanted to trick the system, or at least not the Mbappe guy, because I think he just wanted to have some money for this rare card he sent. I don't know what happened with the Kane thing, to be honest. Probably somebody saw that Mbappe got away for super free and just used the chance very, very quick and did that, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But I really don't understand. I wouldn't need to look at the code to understand what happened or talk to Basil. Maybe we should have invited Basil to the pod. But but it's superly fucked for him. I'm sorry for him. He's a good guy. He's not a Bologna bot. I have to clarify that as well. He doesn't fuck over people. Of course, he gives them less money, but he needs to make it
Yeah,
up
but you
somewhere,
don't
and
have to accept those deals, you know?
you don't have to. First of
Yeah.
all, first you don't have to accept. Second, mostly like 85% of the time, it's cards you really don't sell, except in trades, and people don't want trades. So he's fine with trades. People are not as fine with trades. So he needs a margin of profit, or at least a margin of profitability where he could go down, so that it's basically equal. So he's a good guy. It's shit that it happened to him, and not to Bologna. But yeah, it's a quite a conundrum. What the right? Either you're like a, as I said, the homo economicus, you just don't give it a back, or you're a super moral person, as we would be, and say, okay, this is just fucked up. He made a mistake. Give it back to him, basically. But the middle thing is what I don't understand what happened, especially because they made a fool of themselves.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree with that. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Okay. What about this? I'm sorry, I'm just. Is this.
That was a
football
very
related?
nice conversation, to be
It was a
honest.
good conversation, yeah. Sorry, Sorare tweeted 12 minutes ago, trick or treat, it's time to show off your most bizarre and unusual cards for Halloween. And try to win signed jerseys or Sorare hats. Bonus point if you share your favourite misprinted card. So it's called it's called the Halloween Special Weekly Pro. Right. Interesting. So it's a tournament. Let me put it on the screen so people can see if you're watching.
Actually, funny, to be honest.
So it's a minimum of one misprint/bugged card. All cards must be limited, rare, super rare, or unique. Bonus XPs all apply. Scarcity bonus does not apply. Right. Is this a competition like on Sorare itself?
I think it's a competition on Sorare itself. I think it's not a bad idea.
It's for the weekend, yeah. Game week 419. Yeah. This competition runs, blah, 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 blah. Oh, have you got any misprints?
No, I don't got any misprints.
I don't think I do either. I have a special edition card, but I don't have a misprint, I don't think.
But how do we...
Interesting.
Special edition. What is a special edition card? A rookie?
Well, it's not... No, sorry. So, what you mean by the eligibility?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know. I'm confused because it says eligibility. You need to have... It says minimum one misprint/bugged card. So
I think the only eligible Halloween misprint that should win that. So if you listen to this, the guy who posts that should win that, because that's basically Halloween, because you're giving yourself out to be somebody else. There is a freaking Alex Roldan card, like the first season, and it's his brother on the card. So
no way.
So that's basically being in a costume, you know. So that's
funny.
the card who should win.
And then sorry, one of the accounts said, how does the system understand if the card is a misprint? Does it have something added in metadata? Love the originality.
I do like the idea. I think
it's cool. It's a cool idea.
A lot more like this, but maybe a bit more specified, more worked out. That's what I think about Sorare. Sorare, they're building the launch pad at the moment, like a big platform, and then whatever, you can add so much that can bring this up so much. And we have to see one thing positive. Like, so many things are going wrong. Let's imagine they get them right one day. That's how good Sorare could be in a way someday. You know what I mean? At the moment, it's not the greatest. I have to be honest with that as well. But it is. Maybe they're just waiting for it. And again, they are building the platform, and on this platform, you can build so much out of it. It's crazy. But that's maybe another topic, not today. That's gonna go too long.
Yeah, potentially. So I'm just paying for something with my Face ID.
What do you need to pay? What do you need to pay?
Just my football subs, like to pay to play football, like for the pitch and stuff that we train on.
Nah.
Okay, that's done.
I thought you're gonna order your Nishikawa jersey.
I would love to get one. I don't know how it's possible, but I would like to get one. Okay, bots out the way. Champions League, Feder.
Yeah.
What are you going to be watching?
It's crazy today. The two best games are at 6, or at 7, which I don't understand. Like at
Bayern,
8, there's
Bayern
Munich. Bayern played Gala, and Inter plays Salzburg. I think that's the two most interesting ones to watch. I think tonight there's not really a very interesting one to watch. maybe Union Berlin, Napoli, or Sporting Braga, Real Madrid. But other than that, yeah, not as much. Lens against PSV could be interesting as well. Let's see how if PSV gets the win. They need the win if they want to succeed in the group. Yeah, Benfica Real Sociedad could be a one to watch as well, especially because a lot of people have Benfica cards. By the way, where are the new Benfica cards? Now that we have River cards, like out of nowhere, 3 days before the season ends, where is Benfica? And especially
we need that João Neves.
First of all, we need that João Neves, and then I understand that the other ones are not licensed, but if they get them licensed, they could do that the same way they did River, that they actually postponed it like for 4 months and then they launched them, but at least give us Benfica, because a lot of people are waiting for Benfica and João Neves and all the new cards and the Trubin and a Benfica shirt and everything.
Yeah. What? So your boy Susic is starting for Salzburg.
Yeah, I told you he's better than Luke. Sorry if somebody listens to that. Susic is another level. Susic is unbelievable. Susic could be on a difficult. He's not that level, but let's say one level inferior of Jamal Musiala, Wirtz, Jude Bellingham. One level below. Yeah, Susic is unbelievable. He was just injured. He's so creative.
He's
really good.
He's good.
Very, very good.
Is he better than Arda Güler? I would say no.
Yes, he's better than Arda Güler.
No,
Arda Güler is the most hyped freaking player in the world.
Don't be so stupid.
I told you that. You already told me that he's better than Jude Bellingham on a 10. I think you
different position. Okay,
you regret that statement. I think.
But he's been injured. Let's give him a chance. I'm not saying he's going to be better than Jude. No one's going to be better than Jude. Jude's the best number 10 right now. But Jude was never a number 10. So you can't.
I told you he's gonna be better than him on number 10, and you didn't believe me. And so I'm saying
he hasn't even had a chance. Give him a chance. I'm not saying he's going to be better, but he hasn't had a chance.
But he's a very good player. Arda Güler. Don't get me wrong.
He is
very good player.
The news coming out of Real Madrid, training and stuff, the guys Cruz is saying I've never seen a player be able to do things with a ball at that age that he can do. He does crazy things. The way he can manipulate space and stuff. No, trust me, he's special. He has he's not as physical and you're not going to score as many goals and stuff as Bellingham, but on the ball, as far as how silky he is and how creative he is, I think he's better than Bellingham in that sense. I really do. He's not a match winner like Bellingham, but I think he's got different traits to Bellingham to where he can add. A bit of something else.
Who you could compare him the best, in a way, is probably Neymar, because he has this kind of talent. But I think Neymar's still ahead. What Neymar could have been,
of course,
crazy.
Of course.
You know what?
I know. And I think because he's left-footed, it's hard to compare him to Neymar. I think he's more similar to a Bernardo Silva in the way he can just do things with a football that not many people can do. I think he'd be better than Bernardo Silva in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think he could be better than Bernardo Silva. Yeah, that I agree with you. That I agree with you.
We need to see more of him. Let's give him a chance. I'm not, I'm not saying he's better than Bellingham, but
I don't hate him, but I just don't think he's a over 90 rated player on FIFA one day. You know what I mean?
I think he will be, bro. Honestly, I think he's special. I think he's really special.
It's hard.
I think he has special.
You're right.
I think he has that wand of a left foot, to where it's just crazy. I don't know. I really do think he could be exceptional. But we'll see.
What do you think? It's gonna be better than. Yeah, let's see. It has no sense comparing it with anybody else if he never really actually played that competitive game in Spain yet.
Exactly. Okay, that is kind of Champions League. Not that we mentioned it too much, but that was.
Tomorrow is the Milan PSG, and we need to win. If we don't win against PSG, we're kind of very bad situation because we drew against both teams. I think Newcastle did a huge job against winning against PSG 3-0. I don't know if they won in Newcastle or in Paris. Can you clarify that? Did they win away or at
Who,
home?
Newcastle? Newcastle
Yeah,
beat PSG at home.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, they played really good. That's I'm actually curious how they will play tomorrow against Dortmund. That's going to be a great game as well. In Dortmund, it's going to be big atmosphere, crazy fans, and yeah, it's going to be great. Milan, PSG, beautiful game. I'm very afraid of that game. Oh God, and yeah,
No, I get it.
not too much crazy stuff this weekend. This week on Champions League.
No, not really. No, you're probably right there. Um, okay. Under the radar picks, under 23
Yes.
fed. I've got one or two that I want to mention.
Okay.
Pretty cheap players, both defenders, and they both play for the same team. And
Okay.
I became aware of the one player because I actually won him as a tier 4, right? And if I give you his stats, so in the last 5, he's had an all-round average of 29.
Okay.
In the last 5, he's had 3 decisive actions. This is from left back, by the way. One of those was a penalty. And yeah, I think you can buy him for, let's have a look. What is he trading for? His 1 week average is £36, and he's £5 as a limited. He has an L5 of 66, and he's only under 23 for 1 more year, though. But that is Sergi Cardona, left back for Las Palmas. I've heard the Atletico Madrid are after him. In his last 5 games, Feder, he's had a 43 AA, a 41 AA, and a 41 AA. He did that, well, he was a substitute in the middle of that against Real Madrid, but in 3 starts, he literally scored 40 AA 3 times. But this weekend, they lost in the last minute against Real Vallecano. It would have been a clean sheet. He would have only had like 26 AA, it wouldn't have been a 40, but regardless. Yeah, he's been really interesting, and I ended up winning him, and he's now one of the defenders that I use quite often on my under 23s. But with him, there's a guy called Mika Marmol. He's a centre back. He's a bit younger. He's 22, so he has a bit more eligibility. He doesn't score as well, but he's also a good player, so they both play together. One is a centre back, one is a left back. Interesting stack. He's a bit more expensive. 2 week average of £63, but two sort of young. Does he play for Andorra?
He did.
Got you.
He did. No, he plays for Palmas. You're right. He
Yeah.
has only Andorra cards. That's
interesting.
I just checked.
Okay.
But you're not gonna get him for that price anymore because he's not minted anymore. So people can ask what they want.
Got you. Well, hopefully he gets Las Palmas cards at some point. But that's my little defensive under the radar stack defense. For under 23s. Like Feder said, it might not be easy to get the Mika Marmol card, but Sergi Cardona seems stupidly cheap for what he's doing. But yeah, Las Palmas aren't a great team.
37 quid for him is really cheap.
And he's not getting, in 2 out of those 340 AAs, he didn't get a clean sheet. In one of them he did, but in 2 he didn't. So that would have been like a 55, 60, 50, nearly 60 AA.
That's a great card. It's not a bad card, for real.
Interesting card, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want my defenders in a way?
Oh, you have defenders as well.
Yeah, I think I did defenders, midfielders, attack, and
you want to do them all? Okay, I don't know if I've got
all
of those in my locker, but go on.
What's the goalie from Toulouse?
Rest. Guillaume Rest.
He's like super hyped at the moment. He's a star rare. You know that?
Yeah, he's 18, bro. Like he's young.
Oh, yeah, 73, 75, not bad. Like the last 2 were not that great, but the last
before that
£100 for limited, that's not bad. 900 quid for the rare. It's a lot of money for a nowadays on rare. It's that's James Madison style of card,
Yeah, but 18-year-old starting goalkeeper is
French as well.
There's not many of them around, is there? If we're being honest, like 18.
Yeah, but then by Chevalier, he's at a better club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's 20s, Okay, I understand. Okay. So I have our freaking good friend. I think he's so undervalued, but I think he's so good.
Yeah.
Especially when they have a lot to do. Is freaking Mohamed Simakan. I think he's such a great card to have and such a great player in a way. don't understand why he's not yet been called up to the French national team, or at least to the U23. He's not even called to the U23 of this.
Yeah, what is
It's
he
super
played in
strange
the?
because
To be fair, he played in the summer for them.
yeah, but what I don't understand, like they called Lukeba to the
Hmm.
French national team, and they didn't call him, and he's miles better than him at the moment. He's teaching him everything.
Yeah.
When you see them also on the pitch and everything, it's great.
Hmm.
I think Mohamed Zuma Khan is very great. The problem is Leipzig at the moment is playing so dominant that they doesn't have anything really to do in the back. So that's why he always gets like a 55 or a 50, 54. But I think there's a very, very high ceiling in him and good potential as in points. So I think he's worth a shout and worth a look at, and he's cheap. He's under 100 quid, I think, or 120 quid, I think, something like that. That's cheap for a player of his circumstances. And yeah, I really rate him in real life as well. And yeah, the other one I really fancy, to be honest,
Yeah.
is is a card called is a player. He's a very decent player. Also watched him in real life. I really like what I saw there. He's a more attacking winger type of player, more like a left backy, right backy. He plays for Atalanta Bergamo. His name is Matteo Ruggeri, and he is very good. He has like a assist every week at this point, but they are playing so offensive that it's going to happen with Atalanta. And
Mm.
I think he's completely under the radar. And I think he's a very decent card to have and to own. And it's very young. And a very good stack with Giorgio Scalvini. You could build a nice little Atalanta defensive U23 stack there that has good ceiling in them. So Matteo Ruggeri would be my second one. I rate him a lot, and I think a friend of us, or I think Bambi won him. I hope he didn't sell him. Let me check.
That looks like a really good card, actually, Fed. I've not really come across this guy before, but
He's very good.
he's
Like he's
21
also
years
very.
old. Yeah.
He's 20 on the card. He's
Okay. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
good in real life as well. Plays for Atalanta, so he also has midweeks, and yeah,
Scores are really
decent
good.
card to have. Yeah, like
Yeah.
really good. Like definitely want to have. Like I
Hmm.
really enjoy watching him as well, and he's completely under the radar. You know?
Yeah. That's an interesting one. I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, I really rate him, and you have gonna have a lot of fun out of him.
Mm.
And yeah, and the good thing is, if you're decent enough to be able to get a nice package, because Atalanta you only get in this packet deals.
In the bundles.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
bundles, so you can have some other decent players as well that you can use, and mostly you get them a lot cheaper than they are in those bundles because there's cards in there that nobody really wants, but that are good for collection or whatever, or super rare or whatsoever. Okay, that would be my two defenders. I would basically introduce. Did you already do your midfielder or not? I can't hear you. Is it me?
Sorry, I muted myself. I was
Sorry. Yeah, don't
I
worry.
sneezed. No, I don't really have a midfielder or forward, but I do. Well, I've thought of a midfielder off the fly, so we'll do. I have a midfielder that we can mention.
Yeah.
I mentioned him on my Road to Glory series, and I have a rare and a super rare. Not a super, sorry, a rare and a limited right now, and that's Monchu, who plays for Valladolid.
Oh yeah.
L5 of 60, plays on an average team, I guess, in the second division in Spain, but takes all set pieces. Like you look at those last sort of, since game week 4 or 5, there's not a yellow score in there basically, which is obviously quite nice to see, and that's coincided with them winning games. To be fair, they've gone on a bit of a win streak. So yeah, 3 decisives in that time, 4 if you want to count the start of the season, and yeah, he's just a decent player. I mean, I think it was funny. I think he used to play for Granada. Yeah, let me have a look.
Yeah, he's
No,
good.
I don't
I
know.
heard of him. I
Yeah, he's
heard
a
of him.
decent
He's good.
player. He's only has a year
Decent player.
left, but like 56 pounds 3-day average, £5 for the limited. That's kind of my midfielder choice. What is
Sanchez is playing? Holy shit.
yeah, Sanchez is
No.
starting for Inter, I think, right now, isn't he?
Why? Okay. Interesting. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Who's your midfielder?
I have 3
Okay.
under the radar, I think. One of them we already talked about. That's Lukas Sucic. I think he's class, and I think he's very, very under the radar at the moment, and very cheap in a way for what he could be. The only thing I don't like about him, he still plays for Salzburg, so they have quite a decent and long winter break. That's a bit annoying in a way. But yeah, if you're looking for a very, very capable, high ceiling midfielder, definitely worth a look. The other one is a lad from the Bundesliga. He's
Okay.
called Angelo Stiller. He plays for VfB Stuttgart,
Yeah.
and he had some very, very great scores in the last games, and he's completely set. He's playing every game. He's really good in real life as well. I enjoy watching him. Stuttgart, anyways, is in a hot streak, and he's quite cheap and very good and mature as well. Prospect for the future that you can enjoy a long time. And I think he's gonna get bought by a bigger club very, very soon in Germany, and then probably is gonna even up his scores away. So Stiller, I really, really like. And then there's another one I also like. He's a bit more expensive, but I don't know if he's really under the radar, but I really, really rate his technical abilities and how to read the game. And actually, I think he's a very good player, and he needs to certainly move ASAP. And that's Zorgane from Charleroi. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he's very, very good. And he also, when he plays and he scores, his scores are great. Like he is scoring a 90 then because he is decent AA as well. And as we know, the Belgium league, there's always a lot of goals. So there's always a potential for him having a goal or assist, more probably an assist. So he's also one to look at, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good shout, Zorgan. I know the last couple of games haven't been great, but before that, Jesus, he was crushing.
Yeah, he's great.
And he was
He's
doing that
great.
last season as well. So
Yes.
yeah,
I was
interesting.
looking at the Super from Pavel to get that maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'm gonna go get somebody else first from Pavel.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't have a forward in mind, Feder, unless you want to go first, and I can
I don't
try and
have a
think
forward
of
in mind
one.
as well,
Really?
but I have one as a shout, and I think he's the best forward on the platform.
Okay.
That's freaking Jeremy Doku. When he plays, he's
Mm,
the best forward on the platform. The problem with him is you don't know if he's gonna start or not because it's called Pep Roulette.
yep.
And especially Grealish is fit now. I think Pep is really amazed what he saw from Doku, so he's gonna give him a lot game time, a lot more than a lot of people expected. I probably assume. And
hmm
if he plays, this kid is the best forward on the platform. Period. Done.
Interesting. What, under 23, or you mean any forward?
No, under 23. The
Okay.
best forward on the platform still is and still will be Lionel Messi if he plays.
hmm What about Alvarez? It's a decent shout.
Alvarez.
Bro, he's so good right now.
He's a sexy motherfucker. Uh,
I love little
he's
Julian so much.
he's so good, Spider-Man, Mr. Spider-Man. Ooh,
To
he's
be fair, his last like 4 games haven't been great, if I'm being honest. But that doesn't matter. Like, and 2 of them were
yeah. The
Argentinian games. So
problem
let's
with
not.
Julian, probably Julian is I think Kevin De Bruyne is a big, big shadow lurking behind of him.
Yeah,
So
fair.
uh, I think if you win the Alvarez, I would keep him. I would not sell him. Let's say like that. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I get it.
necessarily buy one or just buy one if you get a really good deal on it. But if I would win the Alvarez, I would definitely keep him. I would not
hmm
sell Alvarez. It's a bit like I did with Alejandro Garnacho. I would never buy Garnacho, but I won him as a rookie as well. And so I said, okay, yeah, that's a card you probably should keep in a way, and you don't need to offload to somebody.
hmm I agree.
I think the same applies for Alvarez in a way.
hmm
But there
No, I
isn't
get that.
any really under the radar. Maybe Gonzalo Ramos because he seems to be starting now for PSG more and more, and he's gonna get more in the groove. And people basically wrote him off. Maybe him, but other than that, like really under the rate, I think there isn't as much really great U23 forwards this year, anyways.
No,
Like
there's
you
not.
have Vinny. You have Vinny and Rodrigo, who are not great at the moment. You
Teke
have
Kubo. I
Boniface.
know he's not under the radar, but he's been really good.
Then you have Victor Boniface, who's probably the best U23 forward you can get at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you have like the Wirtz
Santiago
forward card and
Jimenez,
the Wirtz forward card, Santiago Jimenez, and Jamal Musiala forward card, basically. And
Skov
who else?
Olsen.
Yeah,
Skov Olsen is up there.
yeah, but everyone, he's not tier, he's not god tier. You know what I mean?
No,
He's like a
but
tier 0, tier 1, if we understand that. So
maybe Somerville. I think Somerville has a good shout of.
somehow will.
Bro, he's such a
think
good
so?
player. He's a
He's
baller.
amazing.
He's so good. 98 and 80 in his last two. 71, 80, 98 in his last three, sorry. Like, if he gets a decisive, he's hitting 80. It's just basically kind of... I don't know. I think
Yeah,
I think
good.
he's really good. For, like, his price, you know. Like, I think... And obviously under...
Doesn't have a unique, you know that?
Doesn't he? Interesting.
Phew.
Yeah, he doesn't. 7 super rows.
Team Bambi has one in Super, obviously.
Does he?
Obviously.
Of course he does. Obviously. No, I like Somerville. I think Somerville's good. Really good. But I don't know what you could pick up a rare for now.
300? 03,
Is
I
it?
think.
Jesus.
It's already that high.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 028.
Yeah, wow.
026. Like, I think probably have to pay 025 probably at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because also there's no mids. And that's huge.
Good point. Yeah, keeps his bonus. Yeah, that's a big plus.
Yeah, we need some Southampton forwards to come to this list. But yeah, apparently our Southampton strikers are not in demand at the moment.
Well, no, not as much as Somerville, I guess. Definitely not.
we need Kamal Soleimana on the wing and then Sikumara at the number 9. That's what we need.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, Feda, we're gonna have a question to propose to the people. Basically, me and Feda have had a think, and we might potentially, depending on the demand, open up a little Discord, basically.
Yeah. So that we can
just have a little community of us. Obviously, we speak to you every weekend or every week, but there's no, it's not really both ways in that sense. Yeah, you can comment or whatever, but I think having a little Discord sort of community of sort of you guys who are pretty loyal or very loyal, I guess, to listening to us. I think that would just be a nice little thing to do. We can chat under 23s. We can chat whatever. We can just chat football, basically, on a regular basis. Football. Yeah, exactly. and anything in between. It doesn't have to always be football, but we can make it what we want it to be. But yeah, just want to put that out there into the ether. Let me know, or let us know in the comment section of this YouTube video / podcast if that would be something you would. Yeah, we want to, but we want to know what the demand is, and if
100%.
you would like that. It's not like we're not asking for you to pay to get in or anything. This is just a free thing.
It's gonna be free.
But we want if we're gonna do it, we want a decent amount of people in there.
100%.
And obviously it'd grow over time. So we're not asking for like 1,000 people to come in instantly. That's not the case. But we just want to know if people are interested. I know I had one comment recently about that he didn't have anyone to speak to about Sorare. So I was like, well, maybe we'll make a Discord. So that's kind of where it stemmed from. But let us know in the comments if you would be interested. And yeah, we'll try and get that set up over the next couple of days. But yeah, Feda, we've been going an hour and 3 minutes. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to watch some Champions League tonight. And yeah, mate, I think that's going to be, the end of the episode.
I think that was a oh man, sorry. That was a big episode. I loved it. And it was needed after a bit of a longer time. And yeah, thank you for listening and giving us your time. And hopefully you got something out of this. And we could have entertained you in a way. So yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And Harry as well.
100%, lads. Catch you next week. Have a good luck for this upcoming game week. And yeah, we'll see you guys next weekend.